It's the dude doing behind me. Let's talk about this computer. I don't know how to start this. Like, let's just get into the build, I guess. This is the i5-2400. The i5-2400 has been around for like 30,000 years and it's been the main thing for like a bunch of computers. So that's the only thing I had here. We also have this nice Dell motherboard. So we got this Dell motherboard. This is where we're gonna be putting the thing. The CPU. We also got our 8 gigabytes of RAM, DDR3, because we're not at DDR4 yet. CPU fan, very much needed. I'll put that right there, so it annoys you. We got our power supply, which is going to be a 450 BT. I'm pretty sure they don't even sell this model anymore. I'll find something similar. We also got 120 gigabyte Team Group SSD. This will have Windows and all of that stuff in there. And of course we have our GPU. I'm not taking that bitch out. Not right now. Things you will need for this computer build. We're going to need some thermal paste. MX2 by Optic is what I use. We're gonna need a screwdriver, magnetic tip if you have it. If you don't, it's okay. You're also going to be needing some zip ties for cable management stuff and whatnot. Zip ties, I tell you. We're gonna need some adapters for Molex to the CPU fans, not the CPU fans, the fans I mean. I'll link these below so you know. As well, if you're gonna be buying used things, make sure they actually work. Make sure you're buying from a reputable seller. Somebody has like a lot of reviews and really good ratings on eBay, you're good to go. But if you're buying like CPU fans and CPUs that are used, they're probably gonna come with thermal compound on them because they don't clean them nasty people. So you're also going to be needing some 75% isopropyl alcohol. I don't know how to say it.
That is not correct.
So let's get started, shall we? Make sure your hands are clean. Or don't. I'm not your mother. Alright, let's do this. Oh, here we have our motherboard. Next, we're going to take our CPU, which has a hair currently on it. If any of you guys decide to purchase through my links on eBay, just be sure that whatever you buy is good. Well, you can't be certain, and you can't be sure, or else return that bitch. Alright, so we're going to have this little CPU. Don't touch the thing with your fingers. I'm going the wrong way. This is so confusing. Look. Where is the... So there we have our CPU. Our motherboard is right there. We're going to grab our little CPU. And on the motherboard, there should be like a triangle thing. Okay, on top of here. Like right there. I don't know. You can see it. I know you can see it. Right there. You can see it right there. Right here, there's like a triangle. And we have a gold triangle on the CPU on that corner. You'll see it when you have it. So we're gonna line that triangle up with that. So I'm just gonna plop it on there just like that. Simple. Drop that guy down, make sure it hooks into this screw right here. Push down on this as hard as you can because it'll go up. And yeah, CPU is installed. Pretty easy. Now we add some thermal compound, MX2. I'll link it down below. No? Okay, well this guy doesn't want to open. So we're just gonna put like a dot. That does not look like a dot. So basically we're just going to line it up like that. Line this connector with the connector for the CPU motherboard. And we're just going to do that. Let's just seat it down first. Grab your screwdriver. So there is our CPU fan connected. So like you guys saw there, I did cross, 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 cross. That's how you want to tighten them, just so it gets even distribution. Basically just connect the CPU fan right in there. It does say CPU fan CPU. So next step in the assembly is, you guessed it, adding the RAM. We'll do dual channel, so we'll just do black and black. There's this little notch right here. Where's the notch? Okay, you guys see this little notch? That thing right there? Basically we're just gonna align it to the motherboard. So there's like a little sliver right there. They should click. If they don't click, squeeze harder. Like I said, we're doing dual channel RAM, so we want to have it on the black one as well. Same thing, align the knot. Click, down and click. And we got ourselves a little RAM installed as well. Time to put it into the case. I was about to throw the GPU off the table, but... So this is the Rosewell case by Rosewell. I'm also not going to recommend this case. Now that we have our motherboard assembled, let's get into the PC case. This case already came with standoffs. Standoffs are these little things, little tiny screws that you screw the other screws from the motherboard onto here. They're already placed in the case. Before we grab our motherboard, we need to install called an IO shield. So align it with how the motherboard is going to be. This goes down. Now, grab the motherboard again. Put it in like at an angle, line it up, and then just kind of push it in as much as you can, and it does align with the holes. Now the case is going to come with little screws that you're going to put this is where the magnetic tip comes in handy. It really does. Put it on there and you're going to screw it in. You can zoom into the case. You're gonna see the little holes. There's one right here, there's another one right here. I don't know, you can't see that one, so we just screw it in. Now that all of them are secured, we can lift up the computer. Bam, nothing, motherboard won't come flying out. So we got the EVGA 450BT here. Connector right there is going to go to the outside. Fan is going to go down on this case. But anyway, this is just going to go in here. So yeah, we're just going to do it like that. Throw that guy in there. So, screwdriver, you know, just... And there you go. Your power supply is attached. Now we have these giant cables running everywhere. We'll move those aside for a while. These small connectors, I'll put up a chart where they have to be. So right there, right over here, that little tiny little box right there, it says power SW, right? So we're gonna do that. Power switch. I'm just gonna connect the power switch for now. So as you all know, the motherboard is this one, right? It is labeled MB. And it's for motherboard. So right here you see this big beige cream connector. So you're gonna line this, a little hook that it has on the other side, and we're just gonna drop that in and squeeze. Now we got the CPU. Remember, CPU, labeled CPU. Right here, it is not labeled CPU, but one. Just connect that, same as the other one. So now we connected our power supply to the motherboard. We also have these other little connectors. USB, UHD audio, and AC97. Well, USB goes over here. There's something called INT USB. We just don't break the pins. And there we have our USB for the front of the case. So we have everything basically connected. So I'm gonna install a hard drive because this is where I have all the games. So if you don't want to install a hard drive, you don't have to. You just slide it in there. So that's our hard drive. We're also gonna install the SSD, might as well. So this one you can mount anywhere. I'm just gonna add it down here at the bottom of the computer. Now it's time to connect these SATA cables to the hard drive. Here we have our hard drive. Basically, you just connect your SATA here. This is for power, and then we also need to connect these. These are SATA transfer cables. There's like these things right here. That's where the SATA cables go. So we need one for our hard drive and another one for our SSD. Throw that guy back in there. The hard drive is screwed down, the SSD is screwed down. They're both powered except for the SSD, so we need another one of these SATA cables to run down towards the SSD. Molex. So, it's this guy's time to shine. Okay, so now we got the Molex. Molex to the fan cable. Because see, the motherboard doesn't have fan. These little fan connectors do not connect anywhere on the motherboard. So, we have to buy this connector, which is a Molex to these fan connectors. So we just connect them like this. We also have this front fan connected that we need to connect. So those two, this and this one, are now connected to power once we connect these to the Molex. This is so confusing, isn't it? There we go. That went in super easy that time. Okay, so basically, I'm not gonna cable manage this case because that takes ages to do. So we're just gonna shove everything back here. You can zip tie things, like we could go like this. Package here. And you just shove it back. Okay, not there. So that's my cable management. The GPU. So here we have our genuine, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it literally says genuine gigabyte GeForce GTX 660ti. So for this, you just throw the guy in there, you know, just kind of just put it in this, some room, and you just line it up with the PCI Express slot, the blue one on top. I should have pointed that out first, but it's fine. And you're good to go, actually. Like this is it. And then our VGA cables are going to be the last thing to connect. So VGA cables are just going to go in here. These things are going to snap onto the front of the graphics card, the front where it has the fans. And there we go. Computer built in less than 1 hour. Anyway, now that I have our PC built, it's actually time to boot it up and do whatever you gotta do. I will not be showing you how to install Windows 10, but basically, you get Windows 10 on a little USB. You can either buy it, make it yourself. If you want a video, I'll show you. And you just stick it in there, throw the software into the computer, and there we go. Now, let's boot it up, play some video games, I guess. I don't know. I also wanted to, like I said, spice it up a little bit. I'm about to fall over and break my neck. On the PC case, like the case lid, what I wanted to do was put a storm, but not like a sticker. So I wanted to do the whole thing white and then just cut it out. So we're probably gonna do that. Give me about 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. Never worked with vinyl wrap before, so that's gonna be fun. We really just want these panel. They have to be clean. So let's grab this dirty shirt that I found on the floor and some rubbing alcohol. I have never used vinyl wrap before, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But I would say we just need like a piece to cover it. And we need a knife. They so kindly provided me with one. If I can do this. So I assume you just do this from underneath out of it. I would assume no bubbles, because who needs that bitch, right? How'd that look? You think the edges need like super glue or something? Well, I mean, I could wrap it like around it, right? Like you can do that?
Achieve victory at all costs.
One enemy remaining.
One left standing. Molly!
One enemy remaining.
Bounce ready. Molly!
One enemy remaining. Long.
Molotov out! Target down! Reloading! Taking fire! Reloading!
Ready. All windows closing fast. Grab some armor plates. Only 3 remain. Finish the job.
Fire! Reloading!
Gas is moving. One enemy remaining. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
My head! Reloading!
Armor plates.
So yeah, all the music that's been in this video is probably mine. If you guys want to, if you guys are streamers, other content creators, stuff like that, and you like the music that you hear, go ahead and use it. I give you full permission. Credit this channel in your description and you're good to go. That's gonna do it for this computer build. Hope everybody enjoyed the thing. I am sure I missed a bunch of stuff that I need to go over, but I try to make this video quick. I try to make it as fast as possible, but that's just not possible. Vinyl wrapping isn't the best job. Cable management is really awful in the case. Let's see, the GTX 660 is one of the worst cards that I've had. The temperature in here is burning. I am sweating like a pig. Well, that's basically it. The games were recorded with Shadowplay, so I feel like if you don't record, you're gonna get a little bit boost of frames. To tell the truth, I wouldn't recommend buying something like this. I mean, unless you can get the 660 for less than $40, that's a good deal. But what I paid $82 for it, everything that I used, all the parts list, the vinyl, the software, everything's gonna be in the description below. So if you want to use it, go ahead. If you guys use any of those links to buy anything, I really appreciate it. I know some people have. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, just leave it in the comments below, and I try to respond to all the comments. I don't get to all of them because I don't keep up with the channel, as you see. If you guys liked the video, hit the like, thumbs up. If you disliked it, thumbs down. But for real, don't buy a 660 Ti.